Still not? Cool.
All right.
Action, bud.
Let's get to it. Welcome to the zoo. We're here. I'm ThatKidCry.
I'm Imposter.
And we're here with a guest. He's an old school Salem hip hop head. He's doing successful things these days. He's got the New Leader Workshop going on. It's a podcast of his own. This is the Kid Espi.
Hello.
Jacob Espinoza.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. How you been?
I've been great.
Yeah?
How about you? You have a good week?
Yeah. We've been doing pretty good. We got a lot coming up, like Rizzle's album release. We got the Kasky show, so we're staying busy with it. How about you? What's going on?
Yeah, definitely staying busy. The podcast is going well.
Yeah.
Growing the business as well. Doing business coaching and leadership consulting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, what's that like being a leader?
But it's like being a leader.
Yeah. You're the New Leader Workshop. Like you rep leaders. Like you're bringing in leaders all the time.
So here's what the podcast is about. Is I'm really trying to help our generation understand how can we work together if we're working on collaborating, growing businesses. We're getting to the age now where we have kids that are either in high school or gonna be getting to that age in the not too distant future. So just what does that mean for our generation to not be the new kids on the block anymore?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you had a lady on there talking about sobriety and younger generation is down and all that. Like,
yeah, people are drinking less. I think that there's a wave of people that are becoming more health conscious.
Mm-hmm. What was her name?
Shannon Standish.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And you also had Maddie.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a rapper too from the area. For those that don't know, Matty Olmendinger. He's doing Matty Tingles, so he's like.
Man, it's kind of an interesting niche of I think for me, I didn't know what the ASMR was, the whole movement was until he started making videos.
Yeah,
he posted a link.
He's on Colbert, right?
Yeah, they used one of his clips on the Stephen Colbert show.
Yeah, Colbert was like making fun of him for crinkling a water bottle because he's like it's soothing. Yeah, but then it's promoting them too because he's on there. So it was like a funny joke to like get the channels more.
Yeah, you can't feel too bad about being on the Colbert Report.
No press is bad press.
Absolutely, man. Especially not at that level.
I wish Colbert would make fun of me, man.
Yeah, do this podcast on the Colbert Report. Start making fun of podcasts.
Start sending him videos.
Yeah, doesn't this video suck?
Yeah, make fun of us, please.
Yeah.
One break. Hold on. Getting too loud. Boom, boom.
Getting too lit in here.
We're getting crazy out here.
You wanna?
But yeah, and I interviewed Augie also, who's another person that was in the local hip hop scene for a while. So it's been fun kind of talking to people.
Is that one out yet? I saw that you were.
We posted the audio. We're gonna do the video next week.
Yeah, I want to watch that one. I used to see him a lot at the Blacklight Lounge.
Okay.
Coming up rapping and stuff. We'd see each other out there. Him, SGT, Randy Allen.
Okay.
Like all those guys.
Yeah.
And they were all rolling together as like this crazy hip hop crew at the time, and they were they all had bars. They all were just lyricists, like, and you could tell, So like, I don't know what happened. Does he talk about hip hop or anything on the podcast, or is it about?
We talk about the transition of just people. We talked about Maddie as well. People that were in. That were making music, in the 2000s.
Yeah, a lot of people are finding new things.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I feel like the skill sets that people developed at that making music have translated, and sometimes the networks help out as well, or just the ability to meet somebody new and put something together. Like you get a ton of event planning experience by doing the hip hop show that you had monthly for I don't know how long.
I missed that shit. That was actually when I was first.
Yeah,
I wasn't even on the scene at that point.
Yeah,
Northwest Monthly. Yeah, that was cool for a while because we were into it, and then like 3 years in, I was getting tired, like because I was like,
it's a lot of work, man. Because you're doing two. You had one in Salem and then one in a different city.
Yeah, we did the Pacific Northwest Monthly on the coast because I'm from there, so we had we tried to break in out there and kind of expand it. Yeah, and I don't know why I was trying to just expand on local shows.
Epiphany took over, right?
Yeah, I was just kind of like. Yeah, I was thinking if we expanded it to another city, we could spread it around. My head was at how Coast to Coast is or something. You get showcases going, but without the pay, because people have to pay a lot of money to get on Coast to Coast live and do stuff like that, and you're paying for your opportunities to stand in front of an audience that you didn't really necessarily curate. That's what I get why they pay for that stuff. But my vision on that was it's free and I can expose more people to it out here, because like I feel like that's a problem in Oregon for hip hop music in general, like where it's like
It's not even just hip hop, man.
Yeah.
It's all Salem, especially is a dead zone.
But I think it's
You gotta-
like you kind
concerts.
of talked about it, but just having access to resources or money,
yeah
right? If everybody's trying to promote things for free, like, I understand the concept, but at the same time, it's tough
You get
to make
them
something
used to
happen
it.
at scale.
yeah and
Yeah.
they get used to not paying, so when you ask them to pay they don't.
And I think it kind of reflects the product also. Like this is valued at $0,
Yeah
right?
yeah
And I
you,
think that
you
there's
make
something
your
there
own
as well.
value, and then like, and if you make your own value, some people think you're an asshole for
Yeah.
even giving yourself a value. They're like, what? Like,
Yeah.
how could you be worth that?
Yeah,
You know,
like,
like-
think of like how much time it takes to put an album out,
Mhm.
right? And now you're streaming it, so you're not making any money off Spotify streams at all.
Yeah.
And then you have shows, and people are trying to like, right, I'll make it a free show so people come in, and it's like it's art. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Art is expensive. It requires
Forever,
a lot of.
Forever be stuck in the doldrums of being a SoundCloud rapper.
Yes, absolutely.
yeah. it's-
Evolve or die.
Do you guys remember Luck One or?
Oh yeah, like Hanif now.
Yeah. So he took he was on DJ Cliff's podcast. He talks about this, but he took all of his music off of all the streaming services. I actually did the same thing now, like, just after hearing his interview, but just talked about how like nobody, he wasn't making any money off of that, and then he put like his albums out on Bandcamp, and they're like $900 a piece. So, like if you want this art, like everything I put into it, like you can have it, but like you're gonna pay that
Oh, wow.
much for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bit.
He's-
That's a bit of money.
Yeah.
For
He's
for an
really
album.
talented, and he's kind of like a legend out in the Portland scene. So like people know him out there, you know, like
Yeah.
maybe not necessarily like as Hanif now, but like he's still got love out there. Still got lots of people out there backing him. Like when I came on the scene, he was one of the people I looked up to really, because like I saw how crazy he was
Yeah.
buzzing. Like Get Your Money was coming out with Taupe and Taupe and Ep. Get your money. I used
Yeah.
to watch that video all the time, and then the video is not on YouTube anymore.
Okay.
They just took
I
everything
think-
down.
Took
I'm
everything
pretty
down.
sure, because I
His
went looking
first
for it. I
album-
couldn't find it.
He with Deck. What was it called? Beautiful Music? Yeah. What was his first album called? I can't remember, but the producer used
yeah.
to live in Salem.
Yeah,
Not a lot
yeah.
of people know that, but yeah. They actually recorded the album in Salem, which is kind of cool.
Was
That
it
is cool.
what was the producer's
Deck?
deck? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Expected that.
Yeah, I came onto Hanif late, like so, like where it was like when I came in, he was just buzzing in Portland. There was there was a venue that I went and saw him and Ilmac at, and it was shut down early by the cops. So like Ilmac was supposed to headline, and then Luck One went on, and the cops came outside and wouldn't let people back in the bar because they said it was like a violation or something. There's too
Yeah.
many people in there.
That's
but
a fire department thing. That's
Yeah.
not even the cops' fucking job.
it was crazy because they were there like waiting to look for something, like, and they were just like they were already parked outside the venue when we got there and stuff. So like it was kind of
Yeah.
a situation, you know, like
Yeah.
where like it was kind of antagonistic, and it got to a point where people weren't being let back in, and then Ilmac refused to perform, but he came outside, and Ilmac, I remember, gave everybody his merch for free. So,
That's cool.
but he didn't perform, and that pissed people off. And
yeah.
but that got them more mad at the cops, not at Ilmac, because like
Yeah.
Ilmac was kind of like protesting, like my people aren't even in here, they don't get to see my show, like.
Yeah.
And then he went outside and like just handed out merch, and it was really cool watching everybody just get free shit. But
What venue was
like,
that at?
God, it was like
The Ash
blue.
Street?
It was blue something.
Okay.
The blue something. I can't remember. I'd only been there like twice, but
I
it
can't
was
believe
like
Ash died, man.
Blue
That's-
Lantern or Blue
Yeah,
Lantern.
right.
Yeah, it was crazy. But like coming up, you knew those guys, right? Like
Yeah.
So like, that's more your generation. So you had Garden Entertainment.
Yeah, so we started Garden Entertainment, which the name came. So I started an event management company,
Mm-hmm.
and I was on the phone like talking about just getting a quote on insurance, and like, what's the name of your company? And I didn't have one at that time. It was just an idea. So I was like looking through DVDs, and Garden State DVD was there.
I was just gonna ask if that was where it was from. That's
And I
funny.
was like, all right, Garden Entertainment, and so we just ran with it because I've never been super passionate about a name, but it's
Lesson.
Lesson was in it, Hot in Pursuit, Amsterdam from
Amsterdam. Yeah.
Ben.
And he's
Probably
still dropping
forget
stuff
somebody.
today, right? Amsterdam.
He
Yeah.
probably has like 100 albums worth of material. He just
Yeah.
he enjoys making music. He just records all the time.
Yeah, I heard some stuff that was good from him recently, where it was like he was dropping something like a few months back. But like, I was like, damn, like it's cool to see like there's still people from even that generation who are still going hard with music too. Like, because you're not doing music really anymore, right? Like, when's the last song you made? Like,
I've tried to write the T-Mobile song. I made a T-Mobile rap last year. They had like a talent contest where the winner gets a trip to Hawaii. So I was like,
For T-Mobile?
Yeah.
The
They have a very eccentric CEO.
So I made the song. Every year I almost like I should do that. People ask me about it, but I finally made it last year and then we didn't win. So both teams played hard, but I thought our song was a little better, But it was fun. Yeah.
T-Mobile's making a merger, right?
Yeah,
they just merged with Sprint.
Yeah, so it's coming in the very near future.
Yeah.
It happened. They approved it, so we'll see what happens next.
What do you think is gonna happen? You got some conspiracies or what?
Not conspiracy. I think it's gonna be great for T-Mobile customers. Yeah, we're gonna have more spectrum, so you have coverage places you didn't have before. It'll be faster internet.
What do you think of all the like talk like that, like where people are all conspiracy theory about it? Like we're gonna get higher prices, we're gonna blah blah blah. Like
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I don't see it headed that way.
I'm waiting for the government to step in and blame them having a monopoly because
every time something joins together, everybody's got something to say.
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
what the argument against it was. So they had to go
monopoly.
They had to appeal it, and but they approved it finally. So
it's approved by the Senate.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yep. So it's finalized.
I'm coming to your place now, Sprint.
Sprint.
I got Sprint.
Yeah, it'll be interesting too because they want to start playing in the home internet space, and so you will have another option outside of Comcast.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Fucking hate Comcast.
Yeah, I think there's
bunch of assholes.
just lines of people that are just ready to dump them for sure. So that'll be fun.
So what's your position now? As like
I'm a leadership development consultant.
You work at the one in town?
I work at the call center.
Oh yeah, my buddy Justin works there.
Awesome.
Hampton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Justin's awesome.
That's like he's like my brother. I'm
no
gonna
way.
I'm gonna be his best man in his
Yes, well he'll see this and he'll see he's a great guy.
What's
for
up,
sure.
Justin?
Justin, what up?
Justin.
Shout out Justin Hampton. Justin with a Y because he's in a boy band or something.
Yeah. That is awesome.
So, you with the leadership stuff, you get into stuff like the TED Talks, right? Like, so how are these TED Talks going? Do you do any sort of performance there? Or you just kind of just
I did actually do a rap at the end of the performance. I just did. I essentially did Oregon Homeboy, but I just changed a couple of bars to like fit with the TED or what they were talking about.
That's the hit right there. That's the big.
That was my song. That's the only people know that song more than
Oregon
know my
Homeboy.
name. Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I shared that video and like it was cool because like people that never talk on my timeline or anything just all popped up. They were like, they're like, man, like. Oh, this song's a classic. Goes way back, man. Like, and you just see everybody like interacting, and they remember it. Like so, like years and years later, people still like jam to that. Like, that's crazy.
It's pretty funny. So we like every time we get we have new people who work at the call center all the time, and so like every now and then there'll be a couple people like, wait, you're the guy that did Oregon Homeboy? So. It's kind of fun for
That's
sure.
That's pretty cool. You're like, yeah, get back to work.
Yes, it was me.
So being a rapper,
I'm usually more excited than they are that somebody knows who I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel that. I got recognized at the mall the other day, and I was like,
I made it!
Yeah!
Quit my job.
That's me. Yeah, fuck you, I'm out! You hear that, Annie? I fucking quit.
Just got recognized.
So being a rapper, did it make the TED Talk easier? Like standing in front of everybody. I mean, you're a leader anyway, so you're kind of a natural. Like,
being a rapper was the best public speaking training you can ever have. Yeah. Especially when you're going to other cities where people don't know who you are, in a bar for performing for people that weren't even expecting to see a rap show. They're just there, they wanted to drink. But you're trying to figure out how do I connect with this person because that's why you tour, is to connect with new people and make new relationships. So I think from that aspect, like it was just how to connect with the audience. It was. I recommend being a rapper just for that purpose. That's the only reason, though.
I never think about rapping translating to like other speaking professions. You could really do it.
I've used other things that translated into my hip hop. Like I used to want to be a front man for a metal band or a punk rock band or something.
Yeah.
So, but I had like stage fright when it was just like you're the center of attention. So I started doing karaoke.
Okay.
And now I just do karaoke all the fucking time. But it really helped to get me away from that worry of like people looking at just you. Because I did theater, but that's a bunch of fucking people looking at you. Or, like for them to look at. So that was easier because I felt like the attention was spread among the other people.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Is that a bad thing?
No.
Okay.
No.
Leave it.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. We're good.
A little bit of technical difficulty.
But I think even talked about it earlier, like event management skills, like being able to coordinate. If you can coordinate an event with rappers, like you can coordinate an event with anybody. Like getting them there on time, making sure people know when they're on. Well,
you realize how like simple it is. Like it's really just asking, right? Like you're asking all the pieces if they can fit into the puzzle with you. You're like you have to be a person that can ask people something. Like because if you're afraid to talk to people, if you're afraid to ask them anything, then you're never gonna be able to organize a show. Because like you have to be able to just like put yourself out there and be like, hey, can you be the sound man? Can you be the doorman? Can you be the like and you're that guy telling everybody like where to stand, where to be, where to go, and then if you got all the right reliable people in the team that you needed, then it's suddenly like this crazy thing like where 400 people are in a room together all to see the same things.
Well, it's crazy comparatively to like because I did the metal and punk rock scene here in Salem for years, and it was hard enough when it was like 5 bands. And so that's like 5 egos. Yeah. And then you have like fucking 20 rappers, and so it's 20 different egos and heads, and so it's like you don't know who's gonna mesh well, and who's reliable, and like who one person wants to go last, the other person wants to go first, blah blah blah, So it's just a lot. I've noticed watching him do it, just that it's a lot more hectic. Yeah. To do in the hip hop scene than it was in the metal scene.
And I think the people that are successful, like they show up to the show wanting to build relationships and getting to know people and like helping out where they can. Yeah. Because you want to work with that person again, as opposed to the guy that shows up and has all these expectations for I need to be treated a certain way, and that's what I focus on.
And then disappears.
Yeah, you want the team players. You don't want the guys that want to be the star like all the time, like because the team players are the ones that's going to make the team better, right? Like so like. The team players, you're all together and you're making this thing cohesive and it's running and like people don't even pay attention to like the doorman and the bartenders and the stuff like as if they're like part of a show that's 100%. Necessary, like you see all this like the bartenders making more money than the rappers on stage most of the time because in tips even like
they're probably bringing more value to the show than most of the rappers
do,
right?
They're like we're getting everybody drunk, we're getting everybody into the party, like like they're serving the drinks, like everybody's
this
wild.
Motherfucker right here.
Probably the doorman is making more than most of the people. To be fair, right?
Yeah, he's getting like I've paid doorman $60 to $100, like just to sit at the door all night, like. And most rappers lucky to walk away with like $20 after the show.
Yeah, I think that the most I ever made at a hip hop show was like $60 or something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You guys need to start talking to colleges. Are you guys getting into that?
No,
at all.
That's a good idea.
I've tried. I tried to break in. I'm not a college student, so I feel like it's.
And I feel like dance rap would be way more popular. Maybe. I mean, we could line up other people in there.
But also, you got to think
depends
like
on the college.
Whoever, like the college shows are only about the person that's organizing the show. Right?
Yeah.
So if they're into the type of music that you like, then you're good. If they're into the other stuff, then you're wrong. But you don't know until you start.
You have to find that. You have to find the event coordinator at the college and speak to them. Really, like you're like because there's someone with that position there, like someone that's the person that throws the shows. You got to find them and like, hey, what's up? Like,
try to get in with places that are like really literary because I mean, Sage Francis came up doing spoken word poetry and shit at his college.
Well, how many college students do you think are doing rap? So are they more likely to get put on than a rapper who's not attending college, right? Like the rappers that are being put on those events out there, like. As far as the locals go, so you gotta get a buzz to get. You gotta get a buzz and get the college people's attention, like where you're like. So if you're not a student there,
I think we were talking about leadership earlier, and leadership is really influence, right? So it's even if you think of the workplace, there's a person that has the title of the manager, but the person that's actually the leader is the person that has the influence over the staff. And the same thing, and it's important to understand influence. In this case, for example, because if you know who the decision maker is, you understand what's important to them, then you have the ability to really have an impact and try to figure out, okay, how do I provide the right kind of value they're looking for? Because wherever their goals are, I have my goals. Like, how do we make these two things align?
Yeah, impact's big too, for sure. Like, and having it, like, I don't know. There's all kinds of aspects to it that like make it difficult too, like because the players that you're playing with are a big deal, like where everybody, you know, like you could be sabotaging yourself, like just based on the behaviors you have when you're helping the team, like
definitely.
So like, and then you're like, what do I cut this person from the team, or do I teach them how to be a better player, like, you know, like, hey, can we teach them how to be a better player, like, are they going to be receptive, like,
no, I remember when I first started doing shows, like a year previous in Salem, like there was a fight at a rap show. So like every bar was like, nope. There was a rap show in Salem one time, and there was a fight. It's like we're never doing another hip hop show ever again.
Yeah, they did that at the Ike Box with you, right?
No, that was Triangle. We did
I thought the Ike Box was the one that said you can't play here anymore because some shit happened.
Oh no!
They don't really do shows there.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't. They did that when I was playing.
Okay.
One of the bands basically said break shit, and people started breaking shit. And
the staff and employees at Triangle, I worked with them for like 3 years, and like consistently enough where they know, like, when something happens, it's not really always the person throwing the show's fault. Like sometimes it's the crowd's different, you know, like or that night things are just.
I showed up one time.
It's in the air, you know.
Fight, and there were people all threatening each other to kill each other in the parking lot and shit. I'm like.
I remember a dude throwing a bottle at a girl's face in the bathroom, and just blood everywhere, and she like collapsed in the bathroom, and because she hit the dude's mom, and he got pissed, so he threw a bottle at her face, and like there's just a chain reaction of crazy stuff, and people got beat up in the audience, and there was fights in the audience because the families of those people are like fighting, and the friends, and like, you know, so it just erupted.
So if you're looking for reasons to go to local hip hop shows,
I mean, it's not always like that. In 3 years,
I've rarely seen it.
In 3 years, that was the one show that happened at, where like, and you're kind of like looking for the anomaly, like what happened, why did that happen, you know, like, but sometimes you just can't control that kind of stuff, like it's gonna happen in public, like
it's that ego thing again, man. Some people just can't hang,
and it's not just rap shows, like act like people don't fight at a country show or a festival,
so
or
many fights,
you know, like this
shows.
I remember I remember being like 16, 17 at metal shows in Portland at the Roseland and the Hawthorne, and like people would beat each other's ass in the crowds, like, and
I got in a couple fights at metal shows myself.
Because you're running into each other on purpose, you're bound to get mad.
I've caught fists in the face that were just incidental, like because I was in the mosh pit, and I'm like, you know. You're if you go to a metal show, you expect to get hurt if you're jumping in the mosh pit. So
so like there's already an air of like, I'm going here because
I'm feeling so old right now. I'm just like, no, this is why I don't go to shows anymore. I haven't been to a metal show. At 11 o'clock at night.
It's been a while since I've been to a metal show. Like, to be honest, I don't know if I can handle it now.
Oh, dude, I just went. Katie and I went to. I guess it wasn't super metal, but they had a pretty hardcore mosh pit for a while, and I went right back in. I fucking love that shit.
I remember the Wall of Death with Devil Driver, and like the Circle Pit with Unearth, and like
I was at a Watsky show and he did the Wall of Death, and I was like, "What? I fucking love this shit. Are you kidding me?" And it's funny too because even he's like, "So we're gonna do the Wall of Death," and I'm guessing most of you here don't know what that is because this is a hip hop show. But he got everybody to do it. My girlfriend at the time was there, and I'm like, "Get back!" And she's like, "What's happening?" I'm like, "Just go."
Yeah, it's crazy. Look up Wall of Death on YouTube. We talked about it last episode.
It's gonna come up every episode. Big love.
So when you look at the rap scene now, what do you think?
Like Salem's?
Yeah, do you like...
I know like you guys, like pretty much. Yeah.
What do you see newcomers that you like, or people that are like...
I'm gonna like say people's names wrong, so I'm gonna... But Kylie?
Kylie, yeah.
I know Kylie. He had a song that came out that I haven't heard anything from him since, but he had a song that he put out that I thought was really good.
Yeah, he's been... he's driven, man. He's like... That guy's got a lot of energy. Like... He's like, I want to get him on here. Come on, Kylie. Let's get some more music out and let's get you on the podcast.
Yeah.
What's the name of that artist that just released that super Portland video? Like
Amine.
Oh yeah.
That did you see that?
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was happy to see him do that because that's kind of something that people will say is that he's from Portland. He's the only rapper that's blown up, but he's not really doing a lot. Then he puts on just like the ultimate Portland.
Yeah, people give him hate.
Video, right?
He still got hate for that. I saw hate online.
Like, it wasn't Portland enough?
Yeah, well
Wait, how?
Well,
I
then
didn't see
people...
He was
Moda.
in the Timber Stadium.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Well, people like, oh, like no one's ever put Portland in a video. Like
Oh, yeah.
that's how I
You
saw.
can't win,
I saw
right?
those comments. So
Yeah.
like,
The
and the
internet
comments were
sucks
like,
so bad.
like, oh, he's original. Oh yeah, he's original. Everybody else been putting Portland in the
Yeah.
video. You know, like, and
Yeah,
He
like,
did it
win,
well
right?
though. Like
Yeah.
that was a very
Yeah.
well shot video.
I do want to hear
don't know who did
Ilmac
it.
on that song. I want Ilmac to
Yeah,
make a remix
to kill that
verse
beat.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, to be on the actual remix where Mine puts him on.
man.
That would be a moment for sure.
Yeah, I like. I mean, man, like I think he's got like crazy talent and he's got good music and like he didn't come up with everybody. So
Yeah.
like, you get that though. Like you get people that are kind of like standalones and they have their own crew and like
Yeah.
they're not hanging out with the scene. Like you
Yeah.
know, like you got your NKs, 47s, and your Winnies and your like.
Is it Win?
Is
I
it
thought
Win?
Win.
Is it Win? I thought it was like Winnie the Pooh, like Winnie,
Okay.
because she has Winnie the Pooh on her stage set. And
Yeah,
everything, right?
okay.
Is it Win?
I thought it
don't know.
was.
Everybody always
I
says
Somebody
think
else
I
said
think it's
Winnie,
Winnie,
too.
and
Eminem's
she's
daughter.
fucking dope. I bet she
Right?
hates that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
That's
hella
how she
good
blew
marketing,
up.
though.
That's how she blew
hella
up.
good
That
marketing.
was big.
Like I remember right when I saw it, I was like, that's not Haley. I know what Haley fucking looks like. It's not
Yeah.
Yeah, she blew up off it though. Now she's on tour with Earth Gang and
Yeah.
like doing crazy things. Like,
Yeah.
but
She has Khalid's manager. That's
I
her
saw
manager,
people
too,
talk
yeah.
shit on her too though. Like they're like
It's
Lake
always-
Oswego, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Like
The bigger
so
you
like
Not from Portland, that's what they're saying?
yeah, like
You're
it's
not Portland, Lake
you're Lake Oswego. You're not Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even if it's in Portland, like it's not St. John's though.
It's-
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter, no
Yeah.
matter what you
Well,
lose.
do you know who Meg Myers is? It's not
Uh-uh.
hip hop. Meg Myers did like the video went all around. It was called like Crush, and she's got yellow hair and she's dancing in the supermarket.
Yeah.
And that shit blew up, right? And I'm like, oh, she's cool. And I went to a show with my girlfriend. Turns out, Meg Myers is from Astoria.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the fuck didn't
That's
I know
crazy.
that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So we got people coming out of Astoria now? Fuck yeah.
I try to be happy for people's success like
Yeah.
that though, because like if you're not, then you're just gonna look like an asshole on top of everything.
are
like,
being an
but
asshole.
there's moral dilemmas with not doing that. You know, like, but it's there's a whole like faction of people who are local, you know, like they want to be local, like, and they want to be the one to do it, like, and if you're the one to do it, then that's fucked up because I was
Yeah.
trying to do that, you know, like there's like this resentment that's a sense of
you
entitlement.
did what I was trying to do. Like, why can't it be me? I'm better than you.
Well, and then a guy for 10 years feels naturally like the guy who did it for 1 year and got 5 million views is an asshole. Like he's like you didn't pay your dues. You didn't put, you know, like you didn't put in all this effort that we put in, and that's true.
Yeah.
But I also think we should just celebrate the winners, because the more winners there are, the more attention is
You should
on
be
this,
learning from
on the
the
land.
winners.
You know,
like, what
like,
are they doing
Yeah.
different? Like,
Yeah.
he was able to make this success in 1 year. I've been doing it for 10 years and haven't had this thing that I want to have
for one,
happen.
yeah,
You know what I mean? What did he do different? Let me learn from that.
And it sometimes
Let me
it's
be a
just
part
that
of
it
his
got
team.
caught
Yeah.
caught on by the right person.
I get
like
inspired,
Taylor
like-
Swift. Taylor Swift used to post songs on her MySpace page.
Yeah.
And this girl that liked her music showed her dad, and her dad was a big record producer. So it's like, you know, it's like sometimes you just stumble into the right situation.
It seems like that's the game. You just keep shooting, and then eventually one will go in, hopefully, and just
aim.
blow up.
Don't aim. Just shoot till
Just
you don't miss.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Like Maddie, that's what happened with his videos. He just hit the lottery, and like his video with doing the ASMR,
Yeah.
like showed up on people's right side recommended views, and like he had one video just overnight just blew up.
Yeah.
Grayson, another guy from Salem, the professor, made his Spider-Man
Oh, the professor.
street ball videos, and like just overnight it was getting millions of views.
Yeah.
And like it was just luck, you know what I mean?
That's how it happens.
Like who would have
Like-
thought like I'm gonna go put a Spider-Man suit on and like do a trick video, like just crossing people over.
Well, and then
then-
instead of lifting that up and making it bigger and bigger, and like, because people could make that bigger and it could expand. Like, this guy could be employing this many people in a week's time, you know, like,
Yeah.
because now he needs a staff, now he needs help, now he needs, you know, like the attention can get like to a point where like you're feeding whole families.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
like so.
Yeah.
That's the dream. I don't want to be famous per se, but I would definitely like to be able to do that as a job. Like have that be my income is music.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
great. Even if it's like it gets me a fucking Toyota Corolla. I don't give a shit. I don't need a Ferrari.
Yeah, man. Like, I feel like people just need to celebrate each other's success more. Like you see people like Macklemore go through the same thing. I remember when he was blowing up, like
It's weird, right? Like,
big
why do
for a minute,
people
and they
like?
just
I don't-
People hated.
Yeah.
And the people that hated didn't get love back from him in the end. You know, like because
Yeah.
you see people that hated on him like didn't get that. He comes back home and he's working with other artists now, and he's putting on people like Experience, and he's had Grinch on tracks. He's had Blue Scholars, Geo on tracks.
I love Blue Scholars.
He's worked with all
Well, he was
those.
in a group with Experience before.
Yeah, like you see him with all these people like
Yeah.
coming back to work with him and actually being like you
Yeah.
know receptive. Like while there's all these people talking shit, obviously if you're talking shit, you're not gonna get any
It's
of that
kind of
love.
hard. It's probably hard
Yeah.
to be artists in Seattle now because you had the Blue Scholars movement that was really exciting. They're just kind of like feeling things are going to become huge.
They funded a whole album off their fans. It was like 2,000 plus
They
donors.
kind of invented
like,
a new way to market music, right?
Yeah,
like they were
like
the first ones on Kickstarter. They funded,
Cinematropolis and shit. Like,
yeah,
it was like,
and then Macklemore kind of took some of like he learned from what they did and kind of took it to a new level. They had the same manager and like
he made it where he did without ever really getting signed, right?
yeah. So he kind of I think
Like
reverse
self-made.
engineered. Like they were kind of this. They had the same model. Where they reverse engineered it, where they hired a record label to offer their services as opposed to being signed by the record labal.
The first time I caught wind of him was before I was really a local rapper, and he was making that Other Side track with about drug abuse and all that. And when he made that track, it blew up. It's getting millions of views, but he's not. I'm assuming he's not selling it and stuff because it's a Red Hot Chili Peppers beat. But it's gone viral, and he's getting all this love. And then because of that song, I got not tickets, but I made a plan to go to an event, and it was in Corvallis, and it was a free entry Macklemore show. And I was just getting into this guy. I was like, it's gonna be a good show, blah blah blah. And I didn't think nothing of it. And when I get there, there's thousands of people there.
Was it the outdoor one?
Yeah, it was an outdoor one. Just thousands of people. He's the headliner. They did the Irish Celebration thing, and I didn't even know who he was. And I'm like, this guy's huge. Like, and that's when I started seeing it. And then Thrift Shop comes out and the album, and then you're like, okay.
I think the first song I ever heard was the Penis song.
The Penis song.
Yeah. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Let's check more out.
I've talked to people who said they rapped with him locally before when he was like doing local tours and stuff. Like
he did shows in Eugene and Bend and a big 20 people there.
Where's he from?
He's from Seattle.
Oh.
Yep. But he was really smart. Like when they asked, he had that moment where he was big in Seattle.
He wrote it, yeah.
But then he was not known outside of it, and he kind of went through some hard times and kind of just stepped away from it for a while. But then when he got back into it, when him and Ryan Lewis came together, they were really smart about doing small venues. And they'd tour, they'd sell it out, so it'd be like a 20-person venue at first, or maybe probably bigger than that. And then each time they would tour, they'd just do a little bit bigger. But they were sure that no matter where we're going to do the show, like, it's going to be a sellout.
Yeah, because
he was making
you
songs.
Get you make the fans in that area, and you keep going back. Like we want to do that with New Mexico. Was dope. They were fucking awesome there.
It's crazy, man. Like, and people blow up like that, and everybody gets envious, and it is what it is. So, but we gotta like celebrate that, man. We gotta like. I feel like the majority of us should be celebrating it. Like, I understand there's people gonna get envious and upset or whatever, but it's
and
just
think of like the Macklemore story and the fact that people are not celebrating this. Like he's a guy that like dealt with drug addiction. He put that to the side, got healthy, put himself in a good space, just grinded for a year. Just like locked himself in a studio, made it happen, and it works.
Yeah.
And like it's a miracle, but like it works out well for him, and we should all be like, "That's awesome."
Yeah.
Like worked hard, and there's a reward for it. I should probably
hip-hop's
celebrate
hip-hop,
this.
so everybody's
like, nah,
like,
trash,
corny.
trash. Yeah, exactly. Like, what is wrong with people? It's the worst.
I mean, I've heard some corny ass fucking rappers. But I'm not gonna be a dick about it. Like if they're doing what
we
they
all have
do,
things
like,
that we like. You know?
Good, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and even if I don't like it, like, congratulations, good job putting it out there. Like, I don't like. I mean, same thing goes back to karaoke again. Some people get up there and they are terrible. But to put yourself out there is difficult in any kind of art form. So like, we shouldn't be shitting on people that are trying to better themselves.
Yes. We shouldn't be making diss tracks to each other all the time. Like, we would never want that.
Or a whole album.
Or a whole
No,
album.
you wouldn't want
that. That's what's crazy about rap, right? Like the hip hop culture is like
it's competitive, right?
It's competitive naturally. So like there's all this negativity and that comes out of it too. So I mean, you had beef back in the day too, right? Like
not really. People made diss tracks to me.
Yeah.
But like
I mean, like a lot of people that weren't on the inside of this didn't understand that quite a few of us weren't actually like pissed at each other. We're just having fun with it. Like me and Kid Phantom, dude, we talk shit back and forth, and it was hilarious. Like I had a great time doing it.
No, I thought it was cool. It was awesome. People were talking about it. People that aren't normally
it got out. Some people were getting really mad, like taking it personal though, and we're like, "Fuck, that's
hard."
I feel like 75% of rappers like have this understanding, like the same understanding that I would think comedians have for each other, right? Like roasting is normal, like, and they've normalized it so much where like it's seen as competitive in sport, and like who can say the worst thing or who can say the meanest thing, or like it's like, and then afterwards you shake hands and you show love, like, because you're like.
Does nobody fucking remember Eminem's first fucking big album? Like, and all those people he called out.
Even that's a little different, right? Like, 'cause that was like shock value. Like, he's making fun of people at first that couldn't make fun of him back, like Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears, and
Carson Daly, Fred Durst.
But that's hip hop. Like, you're just talking, like you talk about everything. Like, that's what rappers do. They rap, they talk, they say stuff. Like, they have opinions on things. You know,
dude. When the whole split of NWA happened and Ice Cube just fucking went hard, and like that pissed some people off for sure. But I mean, it's comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Friendships are gonna die off. You're gonna have fucking enemies.
I'm probably one of the biggest battle rap fans that there is. Like from Scribble Jam, like URL, Grind Time, like. I've seen
but you're a generally peaceful person, and you're like you're religious. Like you got love, you spread
like,
love.
I love when Mac Lethal and Dirtbag Dan against each other, because they're just fucking hilarious, and they're totally buddies. So it's like,
but you're someone that spreads love and leadership and companionship and friendship and teamwork, and like that's the stuff I see you pushing all the time. But it's funny because you're a fan of battle rap, so like and like.
That's where it gets kind of sticky. I think sometimes people blur the line between this, making music and saying these things, is competitive, we're having fun, but then there's the other side of like, now I feel I need to live up to this thing that I said in the song, I need to become this fictional character that I just rapped about, and that's where it gets kind of.
But it's not. It's also not a program you don't sit down and watch KOTD with your family, right? Like, so you're like you're watching it by yourself, or like when you got downtime.
Like, for sure.
So like,
is anybody looking? No. All right, good.
Dudes making fun of like someone's grandma, like that just died 2 weeks ago.
Did you see the
or something.
Ilmac Word battle? You watched that one yet? Oh man, Ilmac just goes crazy. It's like last couple of months. Yeah, I don't watch a ton of new battles anymore. It's tough because you have to watch like 5 battles up to that battle to understand all the references.
But
that's one right? And you're like, I don't get that reference. Everybody's laughing, so I got to back to pause.
Right.
Find that video.
I watched Soulcon vs. Disaster, and I felt weird about.
I heard it was terrible.
I felt weird about Soulcon because he was just so bland, and the delivery was weird. It was
he's
weird.
One of the better ones too, dude. Soulcon was a pretty high battle.
Well, he hadn't been rapping a long time, right? Like it wasn't something he had done in a while, and he was coming back, and that was the big deal. Like Soulcon's coming back, like
and then it was lackluster.
Yeah, the disappointment came from.
What was the one that you showed me? That was just.
It was Arsenal versus Cassidy, which was crazy because it was ugly.
That was bloody, one-sided, like the whole.
But that was an old generation rapper versus a new generation. Like, well, even Arsenal's not that new, really, but like, but Arsenal has like a level of intelligence, I think, that goes beyond writing.
It's all about sharpening the blade, you know. Like if you let it go dull, like no matter how good you are, you disappear for a while and then come back, you're bound to lose.
And Cassidy is like this straight hood dude that like, and what he's saying, he may mean. Even from like his heart, but what he's saying isn't original, and it's not coming off. Like it's coming off like dad bars. Now, because he's like in early 2000s mode right now battling.
It's kind of interesting as South will say a statement like, that makes me think of this thing. Oh, that thing makes me think of this thing. It's like, where are we going right now?
Kind of he's just word playing.
But they don't have like some bars that are incredible that I like a lot. But,
nothing will ever be as bad as that fucking Cannabis one though.
Pulling out the pad.
Pulling out the pad. Oh, dude. I mean, just walk away.
And then Disaster said it was like him having to kill his own dog at the end. I was like, oh man, this is really. I heard at the event, Cannabis was like backstage, like apologizing, like, I'll sign autographs for all you guys, all my fans in the back.
Well, and then Diz was like sticking up for him in the battle, right? Let him finish, let him talk, because it was like
he lost. It was over. Might as well let him fucking And then they're all booing him, which I get.
There's a level of respect there, though. Like it's
it's also
let this man keep talking shit about me.
Well, and people still, they try to pretend that it's off the dome when 90% of what they're saying is they did their research. They even if it is off the dome, it's not. You have these written ideas of what you're gonna say. So that right there just disillusions motherfuckers that don't know that. So it kind of kills the whole battle rap thing because they're like, wait, you tell me you guys aren't making this whole thing up now?
Do people still think that? Do you think?
There's I know for a fact there's people that still think that because. Are you one of them?
Yeah.
Used to be.
Yeah.
So remember, that was always the argument between like the West Coast movement and then you had like the what was URL before URL?
Yeah, it was.
But the battles tapes that they had and like Murder Mook. Yeah. And it was always like, well, that stuff's written. This is freestyle. The freestyle is better. And the people would say that wasn't written. But then it turned out all of it was pretty much.
Yeah.
There was a change in time where like rapping over beats became unpopular and rapping like writing
the acapella battle raps. Honestly,
it really highlights writing.
I'm more favorite. I like those more because it focuses on the lyrics, the poetry of rhythm and poetry.
But it's not poetic, really. It's just because it's kind of fucked up. Like you're watching these guys just go off on each other. It's not. I think you're out of the poetic realm, right? It's like you're like in this realm where like.
Oh fuck, dude! When Mac Lethal or Dirt Bag Dan said your old fan tapes looks like old Clan tapes.
Yeah.
It's like your whole fan base looks like old Clan tapes.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
Yeah. And now like people like spend months like thinking about how I'm gonna tear this individual apart.
Well, it's just like a boxing match, man. It's a spar.
It's wild.
So why wouldn't you train for the spar?
Yeah,
why wouldn't you
to
investigate the guy and find out all his fucking weaknesses?
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna say shit about killing his dog and his fucking grandpa dying or something.
Do you guys ever go back and rewatch some of the old freestyle battles?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I was like, man,
I've been going back to Grind Time and Scribble Jam a lot.
Okay.
I love Sage Francis, and he fucking came up on that, and Idea was amazing.
If I played a Sage Francis song for you, do you think you'd be able to interpret like what he's saying pretty accurately?
In a lot of it, yeah. Okay. I mean, I've been listening to...
He's a huge fan of him.
Okay.
I still have all the stuff from Sick of Waiting Tables, Sick of Waging War. Like, there's actually a song that we have where Steven's the only one who got the reference, but I said, Sick of Waiting Tables, so we're going to wage war.
Okay.
And I knew no one was going to get that, but I was like, if Sage ever hears this, I'm just like, love you, buddy.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So, I mean...
But yeah, I asked it because like the replay value on freestyle battles is just not comparable with what you have when somebody's taking so much time to prepare, thinking of different angles. But in the moment, it's just such a fun experience, like the anticipation and like somebody coming up with something that just plays off of it. Yeah,
it's fucking punchline.
Yeah. Do you think it'll fade out, or do you think there's a place for it and it'll continue? Like, what do you think about battle rap? Like,
it seems like it's bigger than ever right now, right? Like you have people are funding and like making big events happen.
I think as long as anger and like
is
a thing, like expression, like where like people try not to acknowledge the negative emotions of our minds, but like we all have them, right? We all get upset or angry at something, or like, so I think that's a way in hip hop to like channel it, like where you're like, and you're not hurting each other. You're not
forever. This is just a different form of protest.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's crazy and the people interpret it different because they're not all rap fans and they don't understand. Someone who's never even heard of battle rap, imagine sitting them in front of like a KOTD battle and just
or like an Arsenal battle.
Tell me
you
what
know
you
what I mean?
Tell me what you feel.
Did you see the movie? They made a couple of movies that are pretty similar. But...
I didn't see the movie, but I know you're talking about
Bodied.
But Bodied, I still want to see that. I keep forgetting about it though.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious because it's like.
Is it a dramatization or is it a documentary?
It's a dramatization.
Okay. Yeah.
It's about this guy pretty much ruins his life by following his passion to be a battle rapper.
It's a white kid that really wants to be a battle rapper.
Like, so the end of 8 Mile, basically,
kind
where he doesn't go famous.
It's kind of the opposite because like he becomes really good, but 8 Mile is kind of like this victorious moment. But this movie, spoiler alert, it's actually the opposite. Like he's really victorious in here, but he's like everything else in his life is just trash because of it.
Lose your girl, nobody
will hang out with him because they watch his video of him making an Asian joke.
Does he lose his job too?
That's fucking dangerous there.
Yeah.
I don't know how Justin Bieber is still fucking popular after that fucking video came out where he redid that whole baby song, but with the N-word on everything, and people were just like, just forget about it.
Well, it's where like he gets love in the battle rap crowds in the movie, and like he's the guy that's like, like
Justin Bieber.
No, the guy
Embodied.
I'm trying to remember that part.
That main guy Embodied. He gets love in the movie where like in the end where you're like, but you could tell like maybe it's not worth it for him because he's like oh fuck, like nobody gives a shit about me outside of rap now.
Yeah.
You know,
he had
like,
this moment of like, this isn't worth it. So he calls his ex-girlfriend. He's like, I'm so sorry. I realized what I did was wrong. And she's like, pretty much summed it like it's way too late at that
it's
point.
crazy, like, because you're like,
yeah.
But that's true. Like, I bet how many people you think went down that road? Like, I don't even like. I feel like, how do you even end up at a place like that? But like, it shows. I bet there's people out there that saw that movie and were like, damn.
But I think with anything,
like,
you become so consumed over a goal or a focus, whether it's money, whether it's fame, being an influencer. That
you forget everything
Toyota
around
Corolla.
Doesn't
Absolutely,
care.
Yeah, if you're not grateful, just have a Toyota Corolla.
Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sponsored in part by.
How many rappers' girlfriends got mad at them for going to a show or like rapping?
I've been lucky enough
that
that
my marriage
so far
is
my
so much
girlfriend
better
hasn't.
now that I've stopped rapping.
Yeah.
Now that I'm doing things that are not.
You're like, my relationship got better. Things were
everything
good at
is
home.
better. Like,
the moral of the story is don't rap,
Don't
kids.
rap, kids.
Just stay
just
home.
Don't do it. If you're doing it,
unless you go viral on TikTok or something.
You should
everybody
else.
should quit because then we can make it.
Boom. That's a good game plan for this. Yeah.
Step aside.
Yeah.
So, you got anything you want to plug?
No, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, check out the podcast, New Leader Workshop.
Yeah, New Leader Workshop. This is the Kid Espi, if you didn't know. He's a legend, the Oregon Homeboy. Like,
I'm gonna take this sound clip right here.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy he's here. Like, we were trying to get him on the podcast, and we were like, man, we gotta get Kid Espi in here. Like, and I'm glad he came. I'm glad he's here talking to us. Like, I see you as like an original pillar to what we're all a part of right now. You know, like, because we're in the hip hop scene. We're doing a lot in the local scene. Like, but you were here before us, and you were here doing shit like, in a major way, like. Where you were
kudos.
You had the dud shows just like us, right? You had the bad shows, the good shows. Like, you went through it. Like, you put many hours in. Like, I
exclusively only rap for other rappers.
Yeah. Rapping for rappers.
Absolutely.
Like, that's every generation, though, right? Like,
Brother Ali has a song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, watch the fucking Wu-Tang American Story on Hulu. That shit's awesome, and you get to see the struggle of like, they were selling crack and shit, you know.
Yeah.
So, and like he was, Rizzo was really just an engineer at heart, and it was just watching the buildup of them getting together is a phenomenal story.
You remember? I don't know if you remember the story when we met the first time, but you were at a show. And I went and said hi to you, and you totally cool guyed me. You're like, "What up, man?" Just kind of walked away.
He did the same thing to me when I met him.
I did.
And then later on, like somebody on stage was like, "The Kid Espi here," and I saw you kind of like look, like, "Oh, this guy knows who I am," but he just cool guyed me, but he knows the name a little bit. But then we were good after that. But I just thought it was really funny.
Yeah, I was
one of those assholes that suggested an album title for him.
There you go.
I'm one of those people that kind of zone in on everything I'm doing too, and I just like, oh, hey, what's up? You know, like
you can't say hi to everybody there. It takes fucking forever.
Well, and then I was like, I probably didn't actually know you by face. Mm-hmm. Where like I saw you and I didn't recognize you. I probably like was just like, oh hey, like what's up, man?
But I know who you were. I was listening to your music. Like, you gave me the show. Like, let's check this guy out.
I was like, wait, he's a rapper.
Yeah,
but then like getting to know you and like Deshaun and like Grand Riggedy, right? Like.
I've written a few songs to his beats. On my mixtape are going to be quite a few Grand Riggedy beats that he gave us.
Got a guest.
What's up, buddy?
Special guest star.
Special guest.
Can you get my shoes on? We get the buddy's shoes on.
Good time to cut it right here.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the Zoo podcast. I'm Imposter.
ThatKidCry. Kid Espi. We out.
Thank you guys. I appreciate this. It was a lot of fun.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, likewise.
I've heard about you a bunch of times, but I've never met you. Because, well, I mean, you're not out here rapping anymore.
Thanks for helping out. Of course. Appreciate you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yes. All right, man.
Yes.
Sanitize your hands.
Now we need to do songs.
Yes. 2022. I think we are here.
Yeah, that's gonna be our year. We'll get one.